So there is not much going on in Etheria at the moment, and I saw that Kethos is getting a rerun. We knew he was getting a rerun, I just didn't know that it was going to be around this time. And I actually did go quite a hefty bid in on him. I want this video to be whether you should summon for him. If you don't have him, if you have him, should you go for dupes, etc. Because Kethos is one of the units that has been meta ever since he came out, even though he got nerfed twice, I'm pretty sure. Maybe even more than twice. And I'll talk a little bit about his kit and how he works in the process as well. So first thing is first, let me go to my Kethos. How do I go to animuses? It's been a while. If I go to my Kethos, I did P5 him. I got P1 from his initial banner. I bought 2 dupes from the shops over the times, and then I got the last 2 dupes on his banner. I did almost go to pity twice. I think the first dupe was 70, the second dupe was 60 pulls, which made me almost go broke. Now, the reason I'm also making this video is we are getting a huge update next. That's why the game is insanely dry at the moment, is my guess. We are getting the extra season, or yeah, it's like an extra mini season at the end of this season. And we're getting, it's not the collab, but I think it might be anniversary. I'm not exactly sure. No, anniversary is in September, right? All I'm assuming is next patch is actually going to be huge based on the last hyper talk that we saw. We are getting, let me go look at the roadmap because I do have it here. So season 5. They didn't show it in the season 5 calendar. I think it was like it had its own calendar with a new unit called Onyx, I don't even remember. But because I'm assuming that unit is going to be absolutely busted, so you guys have to actually try and manage your resources to the best of your abilities. Kethos is an insanely broken unit. If he ever becomes not meta, he'll get buffed for sure. That's how they go about things. Loan was, fell out of the meta for a while. Now she's insane because she got buffed. Kethos, on the other hand, has never been not insane. So if you don't have Kethos, one of my buddies that is new to the game asked me, how do you feel now that almost every single player in the game has Kethos because of the rerun? And I was like, that's a good thing. I feel like Kethos is basic human rights in Etheria, essentially. If you don't have Kethos, honestly, Kethos, Ariel, and Nathan, all 3 of them, I'm pretty positive are must-haves if you even want to try and play PvP. Maybe the new units made Kethos not that good. Let me go and check the... ignore the fact that I'm gold. I was on trading to get my weekly limit because I haven't been playing the game too much recently. Not a lot of Kethoses here. Well, that's insane. Oh, a couple of Kethos here. Okay, still a lot of Kethoses. Let me see. No, let me see the auditorium. Let me see how often Kethos is getting banned. Kethos banned here, banned here, banned here. Yes, I kind of expected. He's still getting pre-banned quite often. For me personally, if the enemy banned Nathan or like first pick is Nathan, second pick is Ariel, third pick is always Kethos for me. If you don't have Kethos, I do believe that you absolutely must get yourself a copy of Kethos. At least one copy. If you have Kethos already and you are wondering whether you go for dupes, the most important dupes for Kethos are going to be P1 and P3. And the reason for that is, if you read his skill 3, was it his skill 3 or was it... No, it was a skill 2. Right? Yeah, it was his skill 2. So, deals 33% damage of his max HP to all enemies with a 50% chance to increase the target's animus and shell skill CDs by 1 turn. 50%, which is pretty low because you don't build effect accuracy on Kethos most of the time. Some people do, but the default Kethos build, you don't build F accuracy. If his max HP is higher than the target's, this is the part that is really important, the chance to increase CDs increases to 100%. This is massive. You want Kethos' HP. Let me see my arena Kethos build. I haven't changed Kethos' arena build in ages. 62,000, which he should be. Oh shit, my Nathan actually is kind of jacked. Why does my Nathan has a lot of HP? Oh, he's on Wellspring. Right, yeah, I might actually swap my Kethos to Wellspring specifically for that scenario. But most Kethoses, I think if I do Wellspring Kethos, I might have 70k HP Kethos, and because my Kethos is now P5, the reason I ran Bloodbath previously is because I didn't have P5. Now I can run Wellspring. I'm pretty sure I have a Moon Bunny for that. Exact. Oh. Sorry. Where's the Moon? Yeah, this is the Moon Bunny. This is the only Moon Bunny I have with these matrices. So I'll probably use this Moon Bunny with HP, Speed, and Dauntless damage reduction, and then he'll just be as tanky as if he had Bloodbath in the first place. But if you don't have P5, chances are you want to run him on Bloodbath. Bloodbath, Wellspring, both of them have their own usage, but you do want the dupes for the S2. His P2 and P4 are really good, well, especially his P4 for the crit rate, but he is not primarily a damage dealer. He's a debuffer / utility. Well, he's mainly a debuffer because the utility he has, I guess, is like stealing turn meter. And his P5 is his strongest dupe, but I don't really recommend people going for his P5 unless you guys are wailing on the game. In that case, you don't even need to watch the video in the first place. But for the new players, if you don't have Kethos, absolutely get you one copy of him. Preferably P1. P1 is really strong. I think P1 is worth it on Kethos, right? It's pretty cheap. You know, you go to pity twice. It is what it is. I went to pity twice too. Every single Kethos dupe I got off the banner was from almost pity. The first copy of Kethos I got was like pretty much hard pity, 80 pulls. Second copy was a little bit before pity, and then the last two copies that I summoned were also pretty much pities. The only copies that I did not summon were bought from the shop. So do I think he is absolutely worth it? Yes. And the reason why I think he is absolutely worth it is Nathan is not going to get a rerun for a couple months, maybe a couple seasons. Who knows? Maybe he just gets nerfed to the ground next season and then he gets a rerun. And when he gets a rerun, I honestly, Nathan is one of these units where I'm like, is P5 really worth it? Because he already doesn't take a lot of damage. And whenever he does take damage, for example, from Saya, he just gets one shot because you don't run him on Bloodbath. Maybe P5 with Wellspring will make him so that he doesn't get one shot. And if I swap this to Dauntless, maybe that's what I should do to make him like a little bit anti-cleave. But overall, I don't really think. I think Nathan dupes probably stop at P3 or even P2. I did P3 because of the lattice. I wanted the extra lattice, but P2 is like his important dupe because of the crit rate. But, you know, broken units always benefit from P5. I don't think Nathan specifically benefits as much as other units from P5 because he already doesn't really take a lot of damage, and you know, his damage is really good, but it's more so his utility. The fact that he's unkillable is what makes him stronger, or is what makes him strong. But if Nathan does come, like a Nathan rerun, I'll absolutely go for P5. And when it comes to the new units, since I did P5 Nathan, Kethos I mean, I might not be able to really like go all out on the new units, which is kind of unfortunate. The next unit is going to be kinetic, I'm pretty sure, so I will really need to get lucky, or I'd need to wail out, you know. I'd need to whip out that wallet in order to get like more than P1. I don't think I even have enough to guarantee one copy of the new unit. But as I said, be mindful of your summons. If you don't have Kethos, get him. If you got lucky with Kethos, get P1. If you already have a P1 Kethos, you know, going for P3 might be a shout if you are lucky. But would I, if I went back in time and I knew that I was going to get unlucky with the last two copies, would I have done it again? Probably yes, until we see the next unit, and I absolutely regret it. But for now, I do not regret getting the last 2 copies of Kethos, that is for sure. We are getting Ethernet Rally and Ember Trek quite soon, so my gem count will skyrocket like a decent bit, pretty much. We're also getting Champion's Call, which is a decent source of gems as well. But overall, like I said, if you don't have Kathos, grab yourself a copy. Be mindful of your resources because the next unit is probably going to be absolutely insane. Let me see how many channels are online. 1 channel, and it is green. So this is probably the most the game has been dead in a while. But let's just hope the next update actually revives it. And I'll see you in the next video.